there are advanced civilizations. There is a hidden world beneath us.
Welcome to Prophet's Corner, a production of Temple of Vril. And now, here's Vrilya Jarac.
The earth is hollow. It's not flat, it's hollow. There is an inner core. And there are a lot of things transpiring right now in the hollow earth, even as we speak. There were a lot of legends and lore which came from the idea of hollow earth. Much of it is false, but some of it is absolutely true. We're not getting into the history or physics surrounding hollow earth. That's not what this podcast is. If you want to hear somebody do an explainer video, hey, YouTube, so back in the day and such date, we just don't do that here, okay? Instead, as the prophet of Vril, I, Vrilya Jarac, I've downloaded a very specific message about hollow earth into my being. And I hold this knowledge as truth. It is very strong, this feeling that I have about hollow earth. And I know that I am being led by the mind of Vril to uncover even more hidden truths about the hollow earth. And I'm going to reveal some of these truths to you today. The first truth is that some of Earth's earliest of civilizations began in the hollow earth, not on the surface world. And the groups which originated inside of the earth, they had precious knowledge of Vril energy, which is the fundamental life force of the universe. There was something akin to a Garden of Eden inside of the hollow earth. And the various groups which originated inside of the earth, at some point, they began fighting with each other. And they fought with each other over differences in opinion of what Vril energy is and how it should be utilized. Vril can heal and Vril can destroy. It can go either way. It's like a yin and yang. There were some groups who capitalized upon the destructive quality and tonality of Vril energy. And they redefined Vril itself as anti-Vril, because they wanted to separate themselves from the light version of Vril, using Vril for healing and for goodness. And so these various factions went to war with each other, only until one faction came to the understanding that Vril and anti-Vril are part of the same ecosystem. They are part of the same tapestry that defines light and dark, good, bad, tide in, tide out, breathe in, breathe out, sun up, sun down, and etc. There was harmony and peace for at least 1,000 years inside the bowels of the earth, amongst these once warring factions. There was various knowledge written about the power of Vril. And this knowledge eventually made its way to the surface. And some of these groups of people inside of the earth actually made it to the surface world at some point. This is unclear to me when it occurred. But knowledge of Vril made it to the surface and continued on for generations. Now, the term Vril may have been called something different it may have been interpreted slightly different. Vril energy is like the Force in Star Wars. It's an all-encompassing energy field. It comprises everything, and we can tap into it and resonate with it and utilize it to not only heal ourselves, but the rest of the world. It is a force of enlightenment and truth. Alternatively, there have been groups all throughout history which have capitalized upon the negative side of Vril. And they've utilized Vril power to gain positions of authority around this world. And even to this day, there are various individuals in various positions of power throughout the world which utilize Vril to get where they are. Now again, I want to emphasize that not everyone will call this same energy Vril. They may call it something different. But members of Temple of Vril, we call this energy that we're speaking of here, we call this Vril. The term originated from an 1800s sci-fi book called Vril, the Power of the Coming Race, and we've adapted that word Vril to mean chi energy, to mean life force energy, to mean something similar to the Force in Star Wars. And at Temple of Vril, we seek to restore full knowledge of the Vril to the entire surface world, and to someday make inroads at uniting both the surface world and Hollow Earth. We don't know exactly what this would look like. Would it involve actual expeditions to Hollow Earth, or some government agencies making known to the public that there is indeed a Hollow Earth filled with advanced races and civilizations? This discovery would be akin to Columbus or whoever first discovered America. It would be earth-shattering, so to speak. But at Temple of Vril, we seek for this moment in time. And however we can contribute towards the uniting of Hollow Earth with surface world, the more we can contribute towards this, the better. So a lot of our work involves understanding Vril energy, explaining it to the public, and preparing the world. There are specific frequencies and vibrations that are present inside Hollow Earth that have not yet made it to the surface world. These frequencies and vibrations cannot penetrate the thick layers of rock and etc. But if they could, these frequencies and these vibrations could shift everyone's mindset towards building a future of peace. A united planet, surface and hollow united for one common goal, one purpose: to establish dominion under one banner, Earth's banner, and reaching out into the universe, exploring the stars in peace. And so Temple of Vril actively seeks to build such a utopia, to contribute in any way that we can towards its shaping. There are a lot of tools and technologies, a lot of advancements in AI today which can make this possible. So our goal is to help educate and to help steer things into one cohesive package towards the building of this utopia. But we firmly believe that if contact is made with the advanced races which live beneath our feet, and the public is made aware of their presence, we firmly believe that there can be an exchange of technology and ideas, the likes of which this world has never seen. Sure, the races beneath our feet are said to possess higher technologies. The UAP phenomena, in our opinion here at Temple of Vril, is intricately linked to Hollow Earth. But we also possess various technologies. Technologies which can only develop on a surface world, which can also be shared with our brothers and sisters beneath our feet. Some people may be listening and doubting everything I'm saying, or thinking that this is just gobbledygook, or thinking that I'm some kind of false prophet, some kind of false teacher. But everything I'm saying is linked to knowledge which has already been expressed through the ages and has been written about and spoken about in tales from before. You just have to open up your eyes and see the truth. The reality is this world is more interesting than we were taught in science class. For whatever reason, they want us to think that this is some boring world order, where you wake up, you do your 9 to 5, and that's it. There's nothing to long for or to hope for. But Hollow Earth is something that is so intriguing. It gives you inspiration. The mere idea that there are advanced civilizations and that there is a hidden world beneath us, much larger than the continent of North America, which has yet to be publicly discovered. This idea is so alluring. If everyone could just focus on this idea and make inroads. They tell us that the farthest that we've ever drilled into the earth has been 8 miles. 8 miles. And that was done by Russia. Meanwhile, it's said that 400 miles beneath our feet, there is a gigantic ocean bigger than the Pacific. What kind of creatures live in this ocean? I mean, just that alone. This is what mainstream science tells us. But Hollow Earth is approximately 800 miles down. So you go 400 miles, you hit that ocean, and then another 400 miles down, and you are inside of what they call Hollow Earth. Again, we're not getting into the physics and the dynamics of how this all works. We're not one of those YouTube explainer videos like I said before. You can watch a plethora of videos on these topics. But our goal today was to share various truths and to share wisdom which has been imparted to me by the Vril. Call me crazy. But people say God spoke to them all the time. Why can't I then say that the power of Vril, the mind of Vril, the infinite intelligence of the universe, why can't I say that I was spoken to by this force and relay certain knowledge to you in this regard? Why am I forbidden? Well, it's because people are familiar with the old religions made thousands of years ago. It's okay to say God, Jehovah, spoke to you. But I'm here today to tell you that the mind of Vril has spoken to me. And these are the truths which have been imparted to you today. If you want to learn more about Vril energy and Temple of Vril, visit templeofvril.com today. There you will encounter a welcoming community of individuals who seek knowledge of the Vril. Knowledge which can heal our communities, which can restore balance to this world, and can build and shape a Vrilist utopia, a utopia the likes of which this world has never seen before.
Your journey towards greater fulfillment begins at Temple of Vril. Visit templeofvril.com today.